Yo, welcome back to another episode of Wake Up with Wops. This is the aftermath of the biggest liquidation cascade I've ever seen in crypto history. About 19 billion wiped real quick from the crypto market. We're also going to do a weekend review on the SPY and our stocks, looking at new stocks for the new week. So look at this. Bitcoin actually reached on TradingView to 107, 106, but I'm pretty sure in some exchanges it even went down to 101, 103. Look at the others market. This is the altcoin market. It basically went to zero. All altcoins across the market, no matter what, AVAX, SUI, Ondo, Ethereum, they all wicked down to the bottom. A little bit less than Ethereum because Ethereum is one of those major crypto coins, but you could see that crazy wick we had on Ethereum. Wick to that line we drew in the last episode. It's not looking too good right now. I bought some spot at the bottom of the wicks on some coins, and now I'm just waiting to see how it plays out. I'll continue adding if we get a smaller, slower pullback. Then I'll probably add a little bit more. Talking about the S&P 500. In the last video, we told you guys that we had a very extended run from the April's low. So it's not too worrisome now that we're at the 50-day average. I'll be worried if we break these levels and then we continue going lower. But if we hold support here, then we might have some really good setups in the market for you guys. And that's what we're going to go over in this video. Before that, let's look at some of our positions because we almost got stopped out of Lemonade. You can see here, we're really right there. Very close to getting stopped out. On Monday, we will see what happens. If we get stopped out, it's okay. I already widened it one time, the stop loss. I put it lower, so I'm not going to do it again because then I'll be increasing too much risk. So we're going to see how it is. I still like Lemonade as it's coming out of a long-term range. So I was trying to hold this for a longer-term hold anyways. Microsoft pulling deep under the moving averages, the 9 EMA starting to curl down. We would really want this area to hold around 513, 510 on Monday open. So we're going to see how that goes. XPRO, it broke out of that little flag that we saw was forming, but now it's pulling back all the news. We have the 50-day average right there around 11 and 85 cents. This is an energy stock. Energy is kind of getting hit right now, so we're going to see how it plays out in the next couple of days. Amazon, big hit. This is on our second re-entry, guys. We entered here at the 9 EMA. We got stopped out. Then we re-entered. I ended up loosening this because it's Amazon. I really think this might just be an overreaction. So I have my stop loss actually under the 200-day SMA, the moving average at the moment, hoping we recover in the next coming weeks. And if not, then I'll just get stopped out of this because I already loosened it a pretty good amount just because it's so volatile now, especially with the news. Kind of the same with Meta. Two solid, very good companies. I really like the setup until the news came out on Friday. And then now I have my stop loss under this range. So those are the positions I'm in right now. Let's go over some of our stop losses that we got stopped out on. Apple. We got stopped out on Apple. We told you guys in the previous video that we were playing an all-time high break. It was kind of like a flag forming on the daily. It totally rejected that, and then on Friday, really big candle. So we got stopped out of Apple. We're going to continue watching this because we still love this stock. Earnings are in 19 days, so maybe a potential earnings up if this is just an overreaction. Futu is the other one I got stopped out of. This is the China stock I mentioned in the previous video. You can see here with this Friday news, we got stopped out here. And that's why stop losses aren't important because I could have lost more if I kept on holding. Got stop loss there and then ended up going lower to 154 at close. We did take profits though early in the morning when everything was up, and that was on SoFi. I entered into SoFi kind of on FOMO because I saw that I really liked the setup and we talked about it on X, but we never really entered. And we saw that there was an inside day here around October 8th. We entered there and then we sold on Friday morning when it reached the target price. Right after we sold, then the news came out, and then look at that candle. Brutal candle. So I'm happy I took profits on this and I didn't continue holding, but I did get stopped out of Apple and Futu, and I'm close to getting stopped out on these positions. Now, I went through the whole watch list. You guys could see a lot of 10%, 16%, a lot of red stocks. I picked the best ones I saw had the best strength for you guys. We're going to go over it real quick. I put them under 8 plus. I wouldn't enter into them because right now I'm sitting on my hands kind of waiting for the perfect setups because we don't know what's going to happen. We might continue pulling back in the SPY, the S&P, and that's going to bring all the stocks down. But these showed relative strength today or on Friday, so we're going to keep these on watch. Starting with Road. Most of the stocks are down. This one was actually up 1% above the 50-day average. We've talked about this. So this might be a potential stock to keep your eye on. TT, kind of down. I don't really like the candle, but at least it's above the 20-day average. If it shows support here and then it remounts this level around 419, 420, then it will look good. Also depends on how the market's looking, guys. I'm just showing you guys relative strength stocks after that dip. ANET, ugly candle pulling back down to the 9 EMA, but it's not that far, so maybe we see a little bit more of a pullback, but then if it shows support at the 9 EMA, I'm really liking ANET. Oracle only down 1%, while most of the market's down 2 plus or 3%. Above the 9 EMA, we've talked about it here. Now it's looking good. So when the market gets hot again, maybe this is going to be one of the ones to run, or any of these stocks that we mentioned here. OTA, pulling back a little bit deeper. You can see here though, we have this resistance marked here. Started pulling back on Thursday. Friday we had the news. We have the 20 SMA, 20-day average curling up. So if it shows signs of support around here, it might be a good stock to enter, anticipating it continues going higher. CrowdStrike down 3%. I almost didn't add this to the list on this video, but I still like it because it's above the 9 EMA. If it shows support, consolidates here, then you could play a breakout of that level for CrowdStrike. TEM, pulling back to the 9 EMA. VRT in the green, it gapped up and then it started pulling back because of all the news. But you have the 9 EMA curling up. It's going to be tight soon, maybe a little bit more of a pullback to 161. And VRT is the energy stock, might be a good play. I believe this same thing kind of with NBIS. You see how it gapped up and then it just sold off with all the news with the rest of the market. But we have the 9 EMA tight under the Thursday candle and curling up. So we're going to have this on watch. BWXT broke out of this range here. Sorry guys, my computer is super laggy today. I don't know why. Pulling back to the 9 EMA and the previous resistance level. So I'm liking that right now. Down 2%. Oklo just keeps running. Look at that. Up 6% while the market is tanking. Breaking out of this little flag here. It didn't close above it, so I'll continue watching. And you have the moving average kind of spaced out. Maybe you have some pullback here. We're going to have this on watch. Rocket Lab gapped up in the morning and it was doing hot. But then the news came out with the tariffs and then started pulling back. There's some space here between the 9 EMA. So we're going to continue watching for a pullback and then maybe enter into a Rocket Lab if it shows signs of support. AVAV, another aerospace and defense stock, kind of doing the same thing, selling off a little bit at the top because it's very extended. We're going to watch these levels, these moving averages for support. Roblox, we really like Roblox on this channel. Once it remounts these moving averages, I'll consider entering it right here around like 128, 129 to play that break of the all-time high. It's green while the rest of the market is red, and it had news the other day, and now it just needs to go above that 50-day average, which is this yellow line you see there. Netflix been getting hit hard lately. Look at that. Pretty nice little downtrend. But then it reversed with these hammer candles above the moving averages, and yesterday was only down 0.89%. right above these moving averages. I'm really liking this, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, earnings are in 10 days. So be aware of that if you enter. Spotify in the green. I don't like it as an entry because it's still under the moving averages. We would want to remount around 687, 697 right here. And then maybe we could enter for a break of this range, or to the top of the range you could take profits. At least it's green while the rest of the market is red, so it's something to keep an eye on. AEM showing support at the 20-day moving average. I'm liking that. And lastly, BBIO, the biotech. Biotech's been really hot, and this stock has been doing good, up 1% while the rest of the market's pulling back. So guys, look at this video again. Get these stocks on your watch list, because when the market's back and it shows support, these most likely are gonna run. Peace.